Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Brown Girl Financial Freedom, where we talk about making money, saving money, and growing money. I'm back at you with another food video. Today, we're making the most delicious non-dairy ice cream cake ever. You definitely want to try making this at home. All right, so here we have the full list of ingredients if you're starting from scratch. I had some items left over from the last time I made an ice cream cake, such as the butter, the sugar, the cocoa powder, and even the Oreos. But I included the total for all items when purchased for the first time. That way you know how much it'll cost up front. Now, I'm not going to claim that this is the cheapest way to go, but my family absolutely loves ice cream cake more than any other type. And practically everyone is lactose intolerant. So I splurge during these celebrations. That's why I save the most money that I can in any way. Ultimately, it's to be able to spend money on things that matter the most to me. On to the cooking part. Now, there's no real cooking with the ice cream cake just because most of it does come from the grocery store. But the part that we do have to make is that ooey gooey, delicious fudge center. And we're going to start off with grabbing one of these pots and we're going to mix 1 cup of vegan butter into the pot and let that melt for a little bit. Now, while it melts, I'm actually pulling out the thick layer from a coconut milk can. Now, if you don't shake it, at the very top when you open the can of milk, you're going to have this very thick milky part that you definitely want to use for your cake, and you can leave the liquid inside of the can. Once the coconut milk has been added into our mixture, we're then going to add 1 cup of sugar and 2 to 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. And then we're just going to stir everything together for about 1 to 2 minutes until it bubbles. And then you're going to set aside for 15 minutes. Moving on to the cake assembly. You'll need a 9-inch springform pan. If yours leaks like mine does at the bottom, I do suggest you line it with either parchment paper or aluminum foil. That way there are no leaks. I used 3 pints of Not a Moo vanilla flavor to layer at the bottom of the pan. And you're going to spread the ice cream the best you can. The reason I am using Not a Moo ice cream is because that's what was available at my grocery store, but that is a coconut-based ice cream. If you're looking for something to emulate a traditional ice cream cake that tastes like dairy, your best bet is going to be with this soy-based ice cream. Once your ice cream is nice and spread out, we're going to go ahead and take some cookies and put them into a plastic bag. That way we can smash them and create a bunch of little tiny pieces so that we can spread them all over our ice cream. Spread out the cookie crumbles as evenly as you can. Then drizzle that ooey gooey, dreamy chocolate all over the cookie crumbles. And again, also try to spread this one out as evenly as you can. If you have any other topping that you'd like to add, such as chocolate chips or anything else that you find enjoyable, this is also the time to add it before we add our top layer of ice cream. Now we're going to spread the last pint of our ice cream onto the top layer of our cake. Again, spreading them out as evenly as possible. I know that the liquid, because it's not frozen, it does move around a little bit. You can see the liquid, but that doesn't deflect from the flavor. I just let it freeze for a long period of time. Now, I suggest that you let your cake freeze overnight minimum. If you can make it a couple of days ahead of time, that would be best. That way you're sure that your cake has completely solidified. These are the two types of frosting that I used. I used the white frosting to coat the cake, and I used the pink frosting to write words on the cake. And the only reason I used the pink frosting is because I wasn't able to find those small tubes to write on top of the cake. Of course, those little tubes would be a lot cheaper than buying a whole nother container of pink frosting. And this is how the cake turned out. Of course, you can see that it looks homemade, especially because of the writing. But overall, I think it looked great. Everyone loved it, and the taste was amazing. As you can see here, once we cut into the ice cream cake, the slices come out perfectly. Here is a closer shot of the cake. That way you can see the layers and that ooey gooey center that is so chunky and fudgy. It just tastes so delicious. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. And until next time, remember, you don't have to be brown to turn your money frown upside down. Bye.